Hi, welcome to Homeward Studio. My name is Cheryl, and today I have 7 ideas to share with you. They're Valentine's Day transitional pieces, and this is my last Valentine's Day video. So we are going to transition into spring. But anyway, I'm so excited to share this information with you because today is the video. Today is the giveaway video. And if you don't know, I will tell you the details again. They will be posted in my description box below. They are also posted on my community tab. So this giveaway is totally free. It is not affiliated with YouTube in any way, shape, or form. This is my way of giving back to you who have supported my channel. I appreciate you so much. So I have a gift card for $25 and a box full of craft supplies for 2 lucky people. So they'll get each the same thing. One person will get a $25 Amazon gift card and a box full of craft supplies, and the other winner will receive the same thing. I will draw 2 names and I will post it on my community tab on February 14th, Valentine's Day. Okay, so with all that being said, couple things. This is US only because of shipping costs, and also for the 2 winners, I am not responsible for damaged or lost packages. And with all that being said, good luck. I'm so excited, and I hope you enjoy this video. Okay, number 1. This is a double-sided piece. One can be for Valentine's Day, and then you flip it over in the springtime. All these pieces are very easy. Most of the stuff is from the Dollar Tree, and here's what you'll need for this piece. I have the house, and I have the wood piece, and then I have the napkin. I don't know where that's from. And then I have the ribbon, and that is also from the Dollar Tree. And I also have my barbecue sauce. No, I'm just kidding. That is actually from the Dollar Tree, that bottle, but it has Mod Podge in it. It's so much easier to dump your Mod Podge into something like that. Put the cap on, and then you can just squirt it on your piece, as you'll see me doing here in a minute. I love it. Anyway, so I have this piece, and I'm going to just take it all apart. And it was very difficult getting those little itty bitty staples out, but I did it. And I wanted to put my napkin on the front here, but I just couldn't. First of all, you could see the word through it that's on the bottom there, and second of all, it was just destroyed from the staples and all that. So anyway, I'm going to put this napkin on the back. I took off the plies. This was a 3-ply, so I removed the other 2 pieces. And then I'm making sure that this piece is clean, and I put my Mod Podge on there. See how easy that is? I love that. It wasn't my idea. I've seen several other crafters do it, and yeah. So anyway, I put the Mod Podge on it, and I dried it really well. And then I was showing you that parchment paper. You get that from the Dollar Tree. They're pre-cut pieces, 25 of them. And I use those because I don't have to go through the hassle of ripping up parchment paper. It never tears right for me. But anyway, so the Mod Podge is dry. And then I put the napkin on, and then the parchment on top of that. And the parchment protects your iron. It also protects the napkin. And what the iron does is it reactivates the glue, so it melts it, so the napkin, tissue paper, whatever you put on it, it glues it right into whatever you're gluing it on. And so see how easy this is. I'm almost done. So I made a bow, and I just took some jute. I took that little clip and put it on there to hold it, and then I took some jute, just double knotted that. Now I'm going to dovetail the ends. And I'm going to pop it right on top there. Because this is a double-sided piece, you can kind of see it. So when I turn it around, I like tape the 2 bows together. But I would actually put the bow down a little bit, like maybe an inch down further. And then I have this little heart, and I am gluing it on top there. And so here's for the back side. I have this paper. I got it from Ollie's, but it's just a textured scrapbook paper. I have these die cut little wood pieces and some jute. And now I knew that I couldn't do anything on the, the back of it, or the front of it actually, I should say, where the gray paper is, where I took off all the staples and all that, because it was too rough. So the only thing that I could think of doing was just to put some paper on top of that. And I showed you napkins. Those were from the Dollar Tree. They're pink and I think red, and they say love on them. Those were gorgeous. So that would work really well on this if you don't have napkins like that. I get all of my napkins from either Home Goods, Marshalls, or TJ Maxx. Most of them, not all of them. Anyway, I just put glue stick on it, and then I pressed it in with my brayer. And now between my scissors and my little finger cutter there, which I need to replace the blade, that's why I went to the scissors, they were just easier. I just attached the paper onto this, and now I have Waverly chalk paint in the color ink, which is black. And with a very, very light hand, I am going over this. So light. It was a dry brush to begin with, and I got a paper towel and I dabbed off most of the paint, because you guys know I have a really heavy hand. So I just wanted it to, you be able to see the raised indentations on that. See how I just think that turned out so pretty. So the Dollar Tree has those wood words there. I had this, it's a piece of paper. It came off something, and it just says love, and I loved it. I loved that idea instead of hello and all that. It's just something different. I'm just playing around here, but I just put some glue stick on there, only because it's paper. And now I'm just wiping off the extra glue. And then I'm taking the twine that I pulled off of here earlier, and I'm just going to glue it on the top there. And I put a little dab in the middle to hold it, and I kind of take them and I roll it so the glue gets all around it. And now I'm just going to glue that little flower in the middle there. See how that bow's sticking up? Yeah, that's why I said drop it down an inch or so, or if you turn it around, you can tape it like I did. But I love this piece. It turned out so cute, and it was just so easy to make. Okay, number 2. And this is just, I'm just going to make a plate with a napkin. So I have a plate from the Dollar Tree, it's glass, and I have the napkin. And I have the little doily here from the Dollar Tree, and I have these little pieces here. These are from the Dollar Tree as well. I pulled out the white little circles and the pink hearts. I used my metallic silver pen. I only have a glass pen in the color black, and I didn't think black would look good. There's my barbecue sauce again, or my Mod Podge. Anyway, I recommend glass pens, markers if you have them. If not, the Dollar Tree has different colors of markers, and I just use the metallic one, but you really can't see, it really well, and you'll see coming up. So anyway, I pulled all the plies off of the napkin, and the plate is very clean, and I'm just going to put some Mod Podge on it, and I'm just going to put the napkin on the bottom in the middle around the round circle of the bottom. And then I let that dry just, I don't know, 5 minutes. It's not fully dry. And then I put the little doily on it. And then I dried that with my blow dryer. That's got to be completely dry. And then I put my napkin on it. I have my parchment paper, and I'm going to press the napkin right into that. And now I'm just taking scissors and I'm cutting it off. I do not recommend filing it with a nail file, or, you know, taking some sandpaper and doing that, because you'll tear the paper. How do I know? I've done that. I've tried, even being careful. So anyway, just carefully clip around that. And there were some little areas that it wasn't torn, it just looked kind of funny. So I took some white paint and I'm just dabbing it on the little ends there, and you can't even tell. It blends right in. And I should have stopped right here, because I think it looks good enough, but I started messing with it, and I took my little metallic marker here and I went around the edge, which again, like I said, you can't even see it. I guess if you use gold or something you can, but you got to be careful because there's little residue of Mod Podge around there, so that looked kind of gummy, so I wouldn't do that unless you have a very steady hand. I do not all the time. And then I tried to paint the back of it with white so that the hearts, the napkin would pop more, and then it got kind of wrinkly. So I wouldn't do that. I edited that out. I didn't even show you. So I'm just gluing these little pieces here. I would use E6000, and I'm doing the hot glue too, but just for the sake of this video, I'm just doing the E6000 right now. And I think this turned out so pretty. Now you can use it because everything is on the back of it. Obviously you can't wash it. You need to be careful with it, but this is also a decoration piece too. And I love it. Anyway, number 3. So I have this wood piece from the Dollar Tree, and I have the, I was going to say peel and stick. No, they're window clings, yeah. So I removed the hanger, and I just did a quick little sanding on this. It was a little rough. Stuck my fingers in the little hanger holes there because there was a lot of roughness, extra wood in there that didn't need to be there. And now I'm just going to give this one coat of white chalk paint. You could probably use acrylic paint as well. That's just what I had on hand. And now I'm taking 4 of these hearts, and I'm just going to put them on there, 4 different colors. And I had to kind of play with this a little bit because these hearts are big, and I really had to push them up close next to each other so I could fit all 4 of them on there. So I was getting a little fussy with it. Okay, and then I put Mod Podge on top of that, and then the parchment paper, and I'm just ironing it down. Now don't get really aggressive with ironing it down because you might melt the window clings. I just did a real quick job on it. And then I flipped it over. I don't know why I didn't paint the back. Normally I try to finish the back too as well, but I flipped it over, and then I took my rotary cutter and just cut off the edges there. Sometimes I like it when, for example, like these hearts are kind of a little bit off the side of the board. I like that. I think it adds interest and it fills up the whole, you know, paper or board or whatever you're working on. And that's what I learned in college, when I went to college for design. And I have these pit berries. As you can see, I am just using this as a hanger, just poking it through the back. And then I'm just twirling it around here, winding it around so it just hangs. And then I have some very thin light pink ribbon, and I'm just going to put that right on top there. And as I was looking at it, I thought this is kind of boring. But so I took some black chalk paint and I outlined it, and I think that just totally made it pop. And I also put a button on the ribbon too as well. But I think this piece is super cute. And moving along, number 4, this is a garland, and that was in my kitchen window. And here's what you'll need. I have bags from the Dollar Tree. They come 3 to a pack, and I believe they were $1.25. And they had many different designs. I couldn't decide which one I was going to use, so I bought 3 of them. I have some jute. I have some ribbon, some lace ribbon. And there's the hearts again. So I took 3 red bags and 2 of the other bags, and I am just cutting off the end where it creases right there. This is a really, really simple way to make a garland that's completely different, and it's very inexpensive. I'm trying to decide which paper or bags I'm going to use. So I have the 3 of the red one and 2 of the hearts. And now I'm going to take these heart doilies and I'm going to glue them right onto the red bags. And then I have this lacy ribbon from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to cut 2 pieces and I'm going to glue those across the other bags. Okay, so I have a bunch of buttons, and these look like wood buttons. They're not, they're plastic, but I like the color. And I'm just gonna put a button in the middle of both of these bags. And I have small pink buttons, and I'm just gonna glue those in the middle of the heart on the other bags. So what I'm trying to do is bring in the pink from the other 2 bags onto the red bag. Now I have a piece of jute. I measured my window, and I took the jute and I folded it in half. So it's the length of my window. And then I just, as you can see up in the corner, I put a clothespin on it, and that's how I hung it. But I did hot glue the bags onto the twine, and then in between I put a lacy bow. As you can see, I live in Michigan and it's been snowing forever and a day, like 3 weeks straight. So anyway, number 5. And I was going to make a Valentine's Day tree with ornaments on it, and I did not. But I made an ornament here. I made a couple ornaments, I just didn't make the tree yet. And for this ornament, here's what you need: the wood square, the little heart. This is all from the Dollar Tree. I do have the antique wax paint, and I have some jute. So I gave this piece, the front and the back, a coat of the antique wax. And I have this paint, this acrylic paint, and it is apple barrel in the color Cardinal Crimson. And I just gave these hearts a really good coat. And now I have the window clings again, and I took this little flower, I think it's a rose, out, and I put Mod Podge on the back of it, and I'm going to put it right there. Didn't want to stick, probably because of the antique wax, so I took Mod Podge and put it on top anyway. I would have done that anyway, but I had to hold it there to get it to stick. And then when it was all dry, then I quickly pressed it down again, not to melt the little window cling there. Now I'm going to glue the hearts on here. And then I'm going to put a hanger on it. So again, I thought I wasn't going to make a tree. I have a tree, but I have to make the pot and the place for it to sit in, and then I was going to make several different ornaments for it, and I think I only made 2 or 3 ornaments this year. But hopefully next year I will be able to do that. And hopefully for spring I'll get that tree up. It's kind of like a birch looking tree. And so I take the jute and then I'm just gluing it around this square here. And then I'm just, you know, the jute has all those fuzzies on it, so I just burn it off. And then I made this little bow here, and I popped a little button on it. When I looked at this piece, it looked boring to me. It needed something more, so I just made a bow and popped a little button on it. And I think it turned out super cute. Number 6, we're almost there. I love this piece. Love grows here. It's a little shelf sitter, or it can be a tiered tray piece. So I have the wood piece from the Dollar Tree, and as you guys know probably, those pieces are very rough. So I did sand it down really well and cleaned it all off. I have some chalk paint in white and black. I have some Jenga blocks, and I have some more of these window clings. I was going to do a whole window cling video, and I wanted to make like 5 things, and I only ended up with 2, so I combined it with this video. Anyway, I have my white chalk paint, and I'm going to give the board one color, and when that's dry I have my black chalk paint, and I'm just tipping the ends here, outlining it, paying more attention to the corners, so the corners are a little bit darker. I think it adds more interest that way. And when that's dry, I have Mod Podge, and I'm going to put a coat on top of this whole piece. We're going to stick the window clings on this, and I love this. It's so cute. Love grows here. And then I have a butterfly, and then I'm going to put 3 flowers on there. And then now I'm going to put a coat of Mod Podge on top of it to seal it. And then I'm just going to dry it. And to get it to stand, I have 4 tumbling tower blocks, and I'm just going to glue 2 on the sides, on the bottom, as you can see, and then I place another tumbling tower block on top. Okay, number 7, last but not least. Again, super simple. Dollar Tree items. I have that beaded tray. I have, again, the heart doily, the little heart piece, the key, and some jute. So I just took the doily here, and I am just going to trace it so I can see the heart in the middle. It's hard to put the glue onto the doily because it could rip, so I wanted to put it on the wood piece, and that's why I traced it. And now I have my brayer, and I'm going to press it in as best as I can. And the glue seeps out of those little holes in there, so I cleaned off my brayer like right away, or it would have ruined it. Now I have some Distress ink, and I use this stuff a lot. It's in the color Vintage Photo, and I say this every time I use this. If you have not used this yet, it's an amazing product. It comes in a lot of different colors. This is Vintage Photo, which I love. I use it a lot, but once you put it on, that's it. It is on. It is not coming off. You can't make it lighter, so go really easy if you have this stuff and haven't used it yet, or if you think that you're going to order it. It's great. So now I want to put the jute through the key, but the hole is really tiny, so I just took some tape and I put it at the tip of the jute, and then I twisted it around and cut it off into a sharp point. Popped the key in there, pulled it through, and then put it on the heart, And now I'm just going to take the string and push it to the top, kind of try to push it under there. And I did glue the black heart onto that, but I did not glue the key. And this is what it looks like, and I think this turned out super cute too. So don't forget, you're gonna have to let me know which one is your favorite one to be eligible to enter the giveaway. And here's the whole shebang, so you can see it all again. And that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed my video. Remember to subscribe, like, hype, share, all that good stuff. And like I always say, I will be back real soon. And until then, you have a blessed day. Bye.